Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 9 of the Class 4 podcast. I'm your host, Derek Chase.
And hi, everyone. I'm Cate. You know me from wheeling with Derek over the years.
My better half. It's been a while since we've done an episode. That was back, last one was November 20th. Really, there hasn't been much going on here as the Class 4 roads really officially shut down end of November. But now we're getting back in the Class 4 season. The roads open up in 2 months, and everyone's furious and prep getting vehicles ready. So I think it's time we start getting these episodes coming out more frequently, and hopefully the goal is to have one every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think we can manage that, especially as we've got all the vehicles being worked on, ready for this year, ready for all the different events, not just the pilgrimage, but and in fact, we just came back from Winter Romp in Maine.
Yeah, back in February, that was getting the vehicles ready. I would not recommend trying to have so many vehicles all trying to get ready at the same time. That was quite the fun when I was managing projects at a shop in Massachusetts, a shop in New Hampshire, a shop in Vermont, and then 2 shops in the UK for other vehicles. It's been a awesome seeing projects come to fruition. Tough year on the wallet for projects coming to fruition, but really excited to start using all these projects on the Class 4 roads and see you start using them on the Class 4 roads.
Yeah, it's going to be, now we've got the Range Rover, and of course they did a great job up in the Northeast Kingdom. You found that place.
That was Vermont Wraps.
Yeah,
they did an amazing job. They wrapped the whole Range Rover, which our old red Range Rover, which came with the house. It only cost me a couple bottles of ibuprofen and massages for moving all this furniture out of the house. But it owed us nothing. The paint was really fading. And with the help of Lucky8, we've made the 08 L322 into really the new pilgrimage overland vehicle that really, Catherine, you're going to be using mostly this year for your driving.
Yeah, I definitely took over the Range Rover when it was here because it's, a really comfortable ride, and I like being higher up, and I like the comfort of a bigger car. But it's honestly like having a brand new car. The wrap looks absolutely phenomenal, and it definitely gets a lot of attention when you're driving it around town. It's great advertising. Yeah, and now all the roof racks on and everything.
Yeah, Lucky8. So yeah. Lucky8, I can't say enough good things. If you have a Rover, Lucky8 really helped us make this project come together. Finding stuff for a L322 Range Rover is not exactly easy. I'm very envious of the 4Runner crowd just being able to go and order whatever they want and everything's stocked and it all fits, versus the Land Rover stuff is definitely more custom. But the project started with first going to Lucky8 saying this is what we wanted to do, and there's the minimum requirements. And the minimum requirements for me was I wanted to be able to be on, I could go up to 33s, but right now we're on 32-inch tires. We went with KM3s, went down to 18-inch wheels so we could actually have some good sidewall. They have a really amazing front bumper. Gave us a lot of, it's definitely a lot tougher. So I feel like I'm not worried about screwing up the original bumper anymore. This is a proper steel bumper, excellent space for a winch. We went with the Terra Firma 12,000-pound winch. And they also had the great LED lighting, which hooked right into the fog lights, which was awesome. The recovery points, that was the first thing, getting all that stuff set up. The next phase was doing the 2-inch lift rods, so we had a little more ground clearance. And unlike on the LR3, you don't need the spacers in case you lose the air suspension.
I think the only thing on that with the bumper, if anyone's going to do it, is the washer fluid.
Yes, so the washer fluid bottle on the original Range Rover is too big, so you have to use a smaller bottle. We have to find a bottle with 2 pumps, the 2 pump location, or the 2 pumps in it, because you have the pump for the rear and the front. I'm told the 2001 Ford Ranger windshield fluid bottle will fit because it doesn't hang as low in the engine bay and it uses the same mounts. But we're going to be going to a smaller one that Lucky8 recommended, and actually mounting it in the bumper and just doing a little custom fill tube into the engine bay. But yeah, it's the only thing is it hangs down. Trim the wheel wells. So no rubbing. But really, the cool thing with this truck is we already had it. You can pick up a really good L322 for not a lot of money. It comes with an amazing traction control system, four-wheel drive, low, and then also it eats up highway miles. Just so when you're going in between, if you're doing a lot of proper long distance driving, we have your 83 110. But
yeah, but it's not. If you're doing 50, and God forbid there should be a hill.
From having Catherine and I did 2,000 miles in her 83 110 in Scotland in 2019, and
yeah, from the south coast of England all the way up to the Inner Hebrides, through Edinburgh and the borders, and right back down again.
It was an experience. It was awesome, but it would have definitely been a lot less painful and quicker in the Range Rover than it was in the.
She was doing. What was she doing? Like 70, 75?
We were doing like 65.
Was it? I thought it was a bit faster than that. It seemed faster than that.
It's because the speedo was off. But so the project's been coming together. We have the roof rack, front row roof rack came on. The only way to mount a spare, the 18-inch spare, is on the roof rack, so that had to be done. Got the sand track mounts, the Tread Pro sand tracks mounted to the side, and now the big thing is moving to the interior of the vehicle and getting a draw system all mounted. We have a bunch of space, so we can. The goal is to get this vehicle so we can take it out west and do a trip out with Ned Crystal and Stormtrooper Landy out at right after the pilgrimage in October, and spend some time out there and have a vehicle that I can just jump in and do 2,000 miles out. Whereas you all know I love my old crazy Army trucks via the Pinzagauer or the Rover or the learning experience that was the UAZ. The moral of that story is Soviet overlanding is just painful. It will get you there. It's very painful.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. Once you figure out the weird problems that are the exact opposite of Western problems. But the Range Rover's coming together. And one of my big reasons, twofold, for the Range Rover was I wanted something I could go out west with, and I wanted something that Cate could be more comfortable driving, doing all the pre-running with us that was modern. It wouldn't hurt her back with her injuries from the car crash. And she can really start spending more time out on the trails this year.
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to do. And, just kind of thinking out loud, it would be really great if we could have not that men aren't welcome, but if we could have a ladies driving session once a month or something like that.
So we talked about this because when we were at Winter Romp, we met, I can't remember her name, but the lovely lady who does Rebel Rally. Mm-hmm. If you're interested in seeing some women's rally, that's a really awesome event. I didn't know about it until we were talking about it at Winter Romp, but it would be awesome to see more, because we definitely have a fair amount of women drivers of lady drivers at the pilgrimage and Rover Revival. It'd be awesome to see more.
It'd be great to will a group of like-minded ladies, and we don't have to do any level is welcome, right? We can just go out, have a nice lunch, load the kids up in the car, the dogs, whatever, and go out.
And you're seeing so many more women driving these really capable SUVs that can do a lot in their stock configuration. I know when I do the school run alone, I'm seeing loads of moms in the Range Rovers, the Defenders, 4Runners, all of that stuff. And I'm sure we'll start seeing the Lexus and the Land Cruiser now that that's coming out this year. And it'd just be cool to have something to do. It's like a more fun outdoor version of book club.
Yeah, I mean, if there's hit us up with messages on Facebook if anyone's interested in doing that. Just get in touch. That would be really great. We should
start a thread in the pilgrimage Facebook page.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do that, and then just see. But it'd be awesome. We already do the the meet and greets every month. It'd be really cool to actually have, like you said, load up the kids. You guys go out, do the greens, do whatever level, as you I know I really want to work on more training this year and getting classes. And you signed up for OEX driver's fundamental class in April.
Yeah, I just want to get more proficient if, you know, you're not there, and I need. I might bring Hugh along as my navigator winch monkey.
He does make an excellent winch monkey.
And so that's what I want to do.
And Electra at 6 is a winch monkey assistant. She's a little monkeyette.
Bless her.
She was helping Hugh when I got stuck in the on the other side of the river the other day.
I mean, as long as she's got snacks, she'll go.
Yeah, she loves it. She really likes it when I get stuck and then makes fun of me because I'm stuck. Is her favorite thing.
Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah, so let's set up that thread and kind of take it from there. But it would be really great. I mean, even using the house and everyone can camp here. It's not like we don't have enough room. And there's also a spare washer dryer in the basement. So when the kids get absolutely filthy, and they will within 20 minutes of getting out the car, then, happy to help out and throw some laundry on for anyone who needs that, because that can be a right pain when you've got all the kids and you turn around and they're just stood in the middle of a puddle. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We'll have to look at figuring out. Well, see who replies and see about setting up a free club that you girls can have, and it'd be awesome to see it, because right now more women are buying SUVs than men, and we'd love to see them out there, and it'd be cool to see the wives driving, because it's such a family-friendly event, the pilgrimage, but it'd be awesome just to see you guys out cruising.
Yeah, we need to do more of that, I think.
Whether it's just going to the farm, going out, and whether it's a kids camping thing, or it's just going out and cruising between one of the amazing breweries for lunch and hitting some greens along the way, or going into New Hampshire, because it doesn't have to be. You can go over to class 6s over in New Hampshire,
or even doing something that I really like is going to the Black River or something and finding those fishing holes, because I do absolutely love fishing. So
yeah,
that'll be, and we'll have that again.
I spoke to Orvis, and the fly fishing will definitely be back on for pilgrimage, but more importantly Rover Revival, just because in July, just because the fishing is better that time of the year. But looking forward to that, and I know.
Speaking of fishing and cooking, there's the cooking event.
Oh yeah. I'm super excited for that, because I'm not a very good cook, but I'm an excellent eater.
Also true.
So in addition to the pilgrimage or Rover Revival, which are two big events, we also have 2 smaller events this year. We have Northern Excursion, which is in June up in the Northeast Kingdom. Very small event, limited to 40 vehicles, and that's going to be exploring the Northeast Kingdom and camping up there, because even from where we are at the pilgrimage in South Royalton or Rover Revival, to get up to the Northeast Kingdom, it's 2 hours on the interstate. It's a hike, but there's some amazing history and class 4s out there, and people really want to go see Hill Farmstead, voted the best beer in the world. And it's a lot easier when you're starting out up there versus having to rush up there and do that. So that one will be around. But we also came up with a really cool event called the Class 4 Cook-Off. And that is limited to 25 vehicles.
Well, you do, because you just want to eat and be a judge.
Yeah, I got 2 chef judges. I did get 2 chef judges.
I know. I'm just pulling your leg, but
but I'm a judge with my stomach. So, we have my friend Thomas Ahern, who's a professional chef, runs the Middlebury Marquee. Amazing. I've taken him everywhere on my Overland Rover trips, and he makes some of the most incredible meals out in the field at 2:00 in the morning. And then Jason Morrill of Worthy Kitchen, Worthy Burger. He's going to be one of the other chef judges, and it's a format where show up on Friday whenever you want, have a great day with Class 4. He'll go out and explore the Class 4s together, or go out and do your own thing, and then Saturday is a pure dedicated day of cooking challenges with a bunch. It's not like one overall winner like it's MasterChef. There's loads of different awards for all sorts of different categories for both breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's open to anybody. You do not.
So which is the so which is where? So the breakfast is at wherever the camp is, I presume?
Yeah, so breakfast is going to be at the camp. Lunch is my mystery box challenge, which is going to be we wheel to a location to pick up the mystery boxes that they're then going to have to get and wheel to a different location and cook in the middle of the class 4 somewhere.
That'll be so much fun.
And then yeah, so you don't know, you'll show up your location, you'll get your proteins and the main stuff you need, but it'll be at a location where if you want to get extra stuff to change the, make it your style, you can. It's not just everyone trying to cook the same steak, better way. There's some variety to it. And then as soon as that's been judged, you're released, and it's get back to South Royalton, and starting at 6:30 is the dinner challenge. What we're calling it? The Showstopper Challenge.
You have to do, whatever your signature dish.
Your signature dish,
as they say.
So,
yeah.
We watch a lot of.
I watch way too many cooking programs.
The British Bake Off. So, anyways, that one is appetizer, main, dessert, drink pairing, and the way you format to do it is make enough for the judges to sample, and then also have the group to have a little bit so everyone can go around and try each other's dishes. It's the whole point of Saturday is to have that, and again, there'll be categories for everything with actual awards for all sorts of different stuff. You do not have to be an amazing chef to compete in this.
Well, I'm looking forward to, is it John who makes those old fashions?
John Larkin?
Yeah.
Yeah, John
I want to see what he's going to pair with that.
John Larkin is definitely going to be one of the vehicles I visit last versus first. He's also an amazing chef, too.
Exactly. That's why I'm super looking forward to it.
But, yeah, if you want to come and make MREs as someone who's lived off MREs for a couple months in Iraq, you can make an MRE a lot better at a chef level with not a lot of things. So if you are just a basic, I want to cook hot dogs and hamburgers on a thing, cool. Make scrambled egg, come out and try it. See what everyone else is doing. It's a lot of people were a little concerned that it was really
chefy.
It's
not chefy. It's home cooks having fun in the field. Just bringing out your cast iron stuff and having fun.
And there is something to be said for someone who's cooking on basic stuff on a fire. Someone has the most elaborate overland kitchen and will have different awards covering.
I wish I had my Sankey still.
I know we used to have.
Not that I traded that, but
we used to have an amazing ex-British Army field kitchen trailer. For when we used to have an airsoft field cooking for all the children.
Or maybe I do my pork chops and beans and stuff like I used to do at the airsoft field.
You're not allowed to compete.
I'm not. I'm just allowed to eat.
No, you're just allowed to. You're just judging and eating this time. They're competing.
Okay.
You have ways of persuading at least one of the judges.
That's also true.
It's not fair. So that one will be really cool. I'm looking forward to that.
What date's that going to be?
It's August 2nd and 3rd, I think. It's a Saturday and Sunday. It's the first weekend in August. So it'll be nice and warm, right along the river in South Royalton. So,
that'll be amazing.
Rover Revival, the cooking, and the pilgrimage are all in South Royalton. And Northern Excursion is up in Walden, Vermont this year.
Yeah, definitely get guys. If you like fishing, it's such an amazing spot at Henderson's Hideaway. Make sure it's online. It's super easy. Just get your Vermont fishing license, and you'll be all set. And then all you do is you just print it out, take a photo with your phone, and you're good.
That would be an interesting strategy to see if someone could catch their.
Well, do you really want to? You'd have to have a backup trout. Or something.
I tried this when we did. We did an event that I went to probably 10 years ago. Maybe like 8 years ago, called Muddy Chef, which was a Land Rover themed cooking. And I can't cook, but I brought my two friends who are really good fly fishermen. We were right down in Manchester. And we went for the strategy of we were going to catch and then cook.
Dinner. Mm-hmm.
Only we didn't catch.
It's the thing.
So round up just being drinking evening instead of instead of a cookie
Liquid
eating.
dinner, yeah.
But yeah, you could you could go and do that, especially being right there, or shoot down to the Black River. So that'd be awesome. But the other thing is, Northern Excursion and Class 4 Cook-Off are only open to people who have signed up for Rover Revival or the Pilgrimage. We run those events at a much cheaper price as a perk for being at the main events.
Right. And you don't have to sign up for both. It could be
No, you
Rover
could just,
Revival or the Pilgrimage.
although we do have a fair amount of people who are doing all 4 this year, which is pretty cool.
That'd be cool. And then of course, in addition to that, there's the Cellar Holes tour, the history tours.
Yeah, I'm still working on dates for when we're going to do Cellar Holes, when we're going to do the Graveyard Tour, which I know you love.
I do like that one.
Your thing is graveyards. And then also we're working with I have 2 friends who are wildly into Vermont mining and the history of it. Working on a mine history tour. It's really interesting stuff. And a lot of it is conveniently located around our area. We're just working on dates for that, but really it's just been focusing on the events and getting that stuff together, and then also getting all the vehicles together so we can start in May. So we have the Defenders and the Range Rover ready to cruise. So when something inevitably breaks, I can hopefully jump into something else.
Well, we need to pre-run as well.
Yeah, May 15th. So Class 4 roads don't open until May 15th. Some towns do open earlier, but really the general rule is May 15th. Although there are certain towns that have June 1st, but those towns generally mark their Class 4s. Example off the top of my head is Plymouth. They mark it and say June 1st opening, and they have gates. So, but most towns May 15th. So yeah, as soon as that starts, it's pre-running because we've had more flooding. We had more flooding in December, so
Crazy
we'll see.
weather. It's been the weather. It hasn't really been.
But the ground should have been pretty frozen, so hopefully it will have been better. And we didn't have a big snowpack this year at all, so it's not like there's going to be a big run. So we're hoping for a dry, warm year this year. Last year was not that dry, warm year. It was a very wet, cool year, and emphasis on wet.
Yeah, well, the town do a good job of maintaining our road.
Our town does an epic job of maintaining.
I'm just so fed up with. I just want it to get warmer now, and hopefully be able to do some gardening this year, because last year was just a complete loss.
It was a complete loss. Even on
it was awful.
Even on the Class 4s, there was we didn't pre-run anything for 3 weeks after the July 12th flood because we wanted to let everything dry out.
Yeah,
and it also wasn't appropriate with people, trying to get to access and working on damage to their homes. It's not appropriate to be out there. So once we did, it was amazing how much stuff had changed, and that's why we do the maps the way we do. So you have the confidence to know that you're on, the difficulty level that you physically are capable of driving and your vehicle is capable of doing. So but yeah, all the data that from, going back 15 years, starting with Peter Vollers and all those guys created, a lot of it was wiped off. We had to start with a clean slate over a lot of the state, and then had to take a lot of trails off of the maps. A lot of them would come back, but for a while, a lot of stuff was closed. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of pre-running this year, but at least with you and the Range Rover and me and then the rest of the Pilgrimage pre-running crew, I'm really looking forward to getting out there. It's teasing now because there's no snow and the roads.
And then spring is way early here. Punxsutawney Phil was completely right. I mean, the DAFs are coming up.
We're already on our
crazy
4th or 5th mud season this year.
Ugh,
so
I know.
The roads have they're pretty good now, but 3 weeks ago, we were out in the LR3, and I was questioning.
On Puckerbrush?
Yeah. I was questioning even with the LR3.
Well, you pulled off onto that driveway that was cement and changed all the settings.
I thought we were going to sink in up to the frame. It was rough.
Well, there's a video you posted because I took
a video.
But the video
doesn't do any justice.
I know it
because
was
it looks like it's hard packed, but it was liquid it's just quicksandy
It
Vermont.
just sucks you in.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't unless you've driven on New England dirt or dirt gravel roads in mud season. Nothing can really compare to like
It's
New England.
nuts.
It's quicksand. It is legit quicksand. It looks solid, and then
But it
you're
isn't.
up to your axles, and it's not.
Well, I can always tell when brush blows out because suddenly all the traffic comes down our road because everything else is impassable.
Yeah, and the washboard effect is not bad in the modern Range Rover, but it's back jarring in the series, which
Yeah.
it's laughable for the first 2 minutes, and then it just really hurts. But a little better in Defender. But we're really looking forward to getting back out. Really looking forward to seeing everybody. We'll do our first meet and greet next month. That'll be cool to see everybody. I'm still working on a location for that. I think we're probably going to choose Long Trail Brewing for that one because they have the outside area. And it's still too early to go out in the Class 4s, but they can hold a big enough group. So that one will be pretty cool. And then I think in May we're going to be out at one of our sponsors, one of our partner shops. So I'm not sure. I think that one's going to be down in Connecticut. So, but we'll keep everyone updated on that. But really looking forward to seeing everyone this year and going to Class 4s
Looking
together.
Forward to hanging out with everybody. If people are coming out to camp or just saying hi as they whatever they're doing.
And as always, if you're coming up to you get with the events, you get the maps. If you're coming up to Vermont, shoot us a message or post up in the group and say you're going up here. And there's generally someone from the community that wants to go out with you. 'Cause, yes, people wheel alone. You really shouldn't be because, like, it's not that people aren't capable. It's just my always thing is the safety side is what happens if you hardcore break. You can walk out of Vermont woods. It's not like you're at Moab and it's 100 miles. But like, what happens if you have a medical event? What happens to something like that? And you really wish you had someone with you. That's why I always say not to wheel alone. And it's just more fun. So if you're going to come up here, please post up in the group. See if someone wants to join you. Post up and see. Maybe Cate and I will be out there with you. We're out there every weekend, pre-running and exploring. And a lot of it's not even just pre-running. We're out there looking for new stuff. Whether it's checking out the general stores to change ownership, checking out, looking for our big thing, looking for old cemeteries. And it's amazing how much stuff that we've driven by a couple times.
Yeah, that's not on the maps.
And then it just pops out to you that one time you see it.
Right.
And swimming holes with the kids. We're definitely one of my big things is to map out more swimming holes.
That'll be good.
Year.
I think our place with the changes in the river, it's definitely going to be way more swimming holey here on the land than it has been previously.
Yeah, because our river, the brook,
it's
Bailey's
doubled
Brook has
in
completely
width.
changed.
More than double.
It's definitely gotten a lot deeper.
For sure.
We're looking forward to that. And as always, guys, when you're up here, please treat the trails, everything respectfully. And also, anyone you encounter out there, always smile, wave. 90% of the time, they're going to be really excited to talk to you. They're lovely people. If they don't, smile and wave. It's always the best approach. And the only things that should be left behind out there is tire tracks and memories. That's it. We stick to our principles of that every organization uses, be it Blue Ribbon, Tread, name it. It's all common sense stuff. It doesn't need some nonprofit branding behind it. It's you want to look after the trails, look after everything.
We've always given out the trash
and
trail
pick up
bags.
trash. Picking up trash always is greatly appreciated. So
Definitely.
Really look forward to seeing everybody and looking after trails together. And we look forward to our next podcast, hopefully in 2 weeks. I know we're going to be talking to the Defender owner clubs of New Hampshire, and we'll have a sit down with Ned Crystal of Stormtrooper Landy, talk about his new guiding company and all the stuff that's going to bring to our community here in the Northeast, but also some of his amazing trips that he has planned for out west. I know that I'll be joining his second one going out west in October. But hope everyone has a lovely day.
Yeah, take care, everybody, and we'll see you on the trails.